When it comes to your child's education, choosing between homeschooling and public school can feel like a huge decision. But did you know that over 2 million children in the US are homeschooled? That's a shocking 3.4% of the entire student population. And yet, many parents still wonder, is homeschooling the right choice, or does public school offer the better path? Here's something else that might surprise you: homeschooled students typically score 15–30% higher on standardized tests than their public school peers. And while homeschooling offers tons of flexibility and personalized learning, public schools provide access to professional teachers, socialization with peers, and extracurricular activities that some homeschoolers might miss. So, how do you make the right choice for your child? In this guide, we're diving into the truth about both options. You'll learn about the pros and cons, surprising facts, and strategies that will help you decide which path offers the best education for your family. Stay tuned for real-life insights, hard-hitting stats, and advice that could change the way you think about schooling. Chapter 1. The Great Debate: Homeschool versus Public School Showdown. When it comes to educating your children, the question is simple but the answer is complex. Homeschool or public school? The difference between these two choices goes beyond just location. Public schools have structured environments, certified teachers, and large classrooms filled with diverse learners. Homeschooling, on the other hand, offers flexibility, one-on-one teaching, and the opportunity to cater lessons to your child's specific needs. In public schools, teachers often have to follow a set curriculum that is designed for the masses. This means that every student, regardless of their individual learning style, has to follow the same pace. Homeschooling offers the opposite: personalized attention. As a parent, you can adjust the curriculum based on your child's strengths and weaknesses. This often results in faster academic progress for some students, particularly those who may struggle in a traditional classroom. Public school students, however, benefit from a structured social environment. They interact with a large group of peers every day, which helps them develop social skills, learn conflict resolution, and adapt to diverse viewpoints. For homeschooled children, socialization is a common concern, but it doesn't have to be a problem. Many homeschooling families participate in co-ops, extracurricular activities, and sports, offering plenty of opportunities for interaction. Chapter 2. Flexibility versus structure. Which fits your family's rhythm? Homeschooling offers families the luxury of flexibility. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, more than 2 million children in the U.S. are homeschooled, and one of the main reasons parents choose homeschooling is the ability to create a schedule that works best for their family. You can take vacations during off-peak times, schedule family outings during the day, and allow your child to study at their own pace. No more rushing out the door every morning. This flexibility is especially beneficial for children who don't thrive in a rigid schedule. In public schools, students typically follow a strict timetable from morning to afternoon, with breaks and lunch periods at set times. For some kids, this structure works well, but for others, it can feel limiting or even overwhelming. Research from the Homeschooling Research Institute suggests that effective homeschooling requires parents to be highly organized and committed to creating a disciplined environment. Public schools, with their well-defined start and end times, bring a sense of routine to students' lives. Teachers and administrators maintain this schedule, ensuring that all subjects are taught within the day. For some parents, this external structure takes the burden off them, allowing them to focus on other aspects of family life. It's a system that works well for those who thrive on predictability. Chapter 3. Social Skills Smackdown. Will your kids get enough socializing? The myth that homeschooled children are socially awkward is one of the most persistent misconceptions. In fact, a study published in Social Development found that homeschooled children often have better social skills than their public school peers. This is because they interact more with adults and children of various ages, rather than just their peers. Homeschooled kids tend to develop communication skills that are more well-rounded and mature. Public schools, of course, offer daily socialization with a large group of peers. This allows children to navigate social dynamics, learn how to make friends, and practice teamwork. In fact, research from the National Education Association reveals that students who attend public schools are often better at conflict resolution due to their constant exposure to a variety of personalities. But homeschooled children don't miss out on socializing. Many families join co-ops, where they meet with other homeschooling families regularly. These groups often organize field trips, sports leagues, and even collaborative projects. According to the National Home Education Research Institute, homeschooled children engage in a wider range of social interactions than many public school students, especially if they are involved in extracurricular activities. Despite these benefits, some parents worry that homeschooling isolates their children too much. The key to overcoming this concern is intentional planning. Homeschooling doesn't have to mean staying at home all day. By finding local meetups, enrolling in community programs, or even joining homeschool sports teams, children can still experience a full spectrum of social opportunities. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the financial side of homeschooling versus public schooling in the next chapter. Chapter 4. Curriculum Chaos. Tailored learning versus one-size-fits-all. One of the biggest advantages of homeschooling is the ability to tailor the curriculum to your child's individual needs and interests. While public schools follow a standardized curriculum designed to meet state or national educational standards, homeschooling offers the flexibility to customize lessons based on your child's learning style. A study published by the National Home Education Research Institute shows that 85% of homeschooling parents cite individualized learning as one of the top reasons they choose this path. Homeschooling lets you adjust the pace to suit your child's strengths. If they're excelling in math, you can skip ahead. If they're struggling in reading, you can slow down and spend extra time on it. This flexibility can help students feel more confident in their abilities. Research by the Homeschool Legal Defense Association shows that homeschooled students tend to outperform their public school peers on standardized tests, particularly in subjects like reading and math. But it's not just about academics. Homeschooling can allow for a deeper focus on topics your child is passionate about. Imagine a child with an interest in astronomy. Homeschooling allows them to study it in depth, perhaps even taking field trips to observatories or working on projects related to space exploration. Public schools, on the other hand, have limited time and resources to dive deep into specific topics, often only touching on them briefly. That said, homeschooling requires a lot of work. As a parent, you're the teacher, and that comes with both rewards and challenges. It's up to you to source materials, plan lessons, and stay organized. In public schools, teachers have a set curriculum and resources provided by the district, which allows them to focus on teaching rather than planning every detail. Public school curriculums, despite being one-size-fits-all, are backed by professional educators trained in how to engage students of various learning styles. Teachers are often experts in their fields, and they're supported by specialized resources, such as special education teachers and counselors, to help students who may need extra assistance. Chapter 5. The Hidden Costs. Dollars and cents of homeschool versus public school. When it comes to finances, the cost of homeschooling and public schooling isn't always as clear-cut as it seems. Public school is often free, but taxpayers fund it through taxes, so there's still a cost, just not one that's directly out of your pocket. The average annual expenditure per student in a U.S. public school is around $13,000, according to the National Center for Education Statistics. While you don't pay this directly, the money still comes from your taxes. Homeschooling, on the other hand, requires parents to cover the costs of books, materials, field trips, and sometimes even specialized tutors. The National Home Education Research Institute reports that the average cost of homeschooling per child is around $600 to $900 per year, though this can vary widely depending on the approach you take. Some families spend more, especially if they use premium curriculum packages or hire private tutors. One of the costs of homeschooling is the time commitment. Parents often take on the role of teacher, and this means they might need to reduce working hours or even leave their jobs altogether. According to a report from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 16% of homeschool parents reported working part-time or not at all to manage homeschooling responsibilities. This can be a significant financial strain for some families. Chapter 6. Parent Power. How much control do you really have? One of the most appealing aspects of homeschooling is the level of control it offers parents. As the primary educator, you can make decisions about what, when, and how your child learns. This autonomy can be empowering, especially for parents who are passionate about their child's education. A study published in the Journal of Educational Research found that parents who homeschool report feeling more engaged in their child's learning process, which often leads to better educational outcomes. In a homeschooling environment, parents can choose the materials that best suit their child's needs. This is a stark contrast to public schools, where curriculum decisions are made by school districts or state education boards. Many homeschooling families also take advantage of the flexibility homeschooling offers, allowing them to take vacations during off-peak times, participate in travel-based learning experiences, and create personalized schedules based on their child's energy and focus levels. On the other hand, public school parents have less control over what their child is taught. Teachers follow a state-mandated curriculum and are often bound by testing requirements. This can feel limiting for some parents who want to dive deeper into subjects that interest their child or align with their values. However, parents still have the power to influence their child's education through involvement in parent-teacher associations, volunteering, or advocating for specific changes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth guides and practical tips.